I was wrong. My storage. I need something like I've joked about this. I don't know if I've shared this to the public people audience. All 37 of you. But like I want to find somebody like on Fiverr, somebody I like. Okay, can I just pay somebody who first of all sets up my phone? Like set it. This is what I do, person. Okay, this is how I want to keep it. Like as far as storage, I am so fucking confused on like I have iCloud, which I thought the point of it is that it doesn't take up space on your phone. Like I need somebody who one will do that. Just come here and like sit with me. Let me tell you what I do and what I want, and you set it up. And then on like a weekly or maybe like once a month or bi-weekly probably schedule, you come and make sure that it all is still well. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. You don't have to be like a white hat like a computer whiz. You know what I'm saying? Although I would prefer if you knew. The more you know, the better. Not to harm anyone, just to protect myself, but mostly just so I can like do what the fuck I want without being annoyed. I'm not a tech person. Like and the stuff I do is basic, and I just always seem to I don't know. But so I had clear shit on my phone that I wanted. I'm trying to whatever. Another Bible I told you my mom gave me. The Goodly Spell Book, so we could get rid of that, because like I told you guys, nothing wrong. I don't know, it's just a phase. People, I shouldn't say phase. For me it is. I just don't, it's not my style, you know what I mean? But at some point I thought it was my Cather's book, which it's so fun. I'm like, whatever. Okay, the creepy thing, so another library book. I like those are keepers, Oh, here's one that I didn't mention in my Bible book either, but it's not quite biblical. But this guy, Charles Fillmore, he wrote the metaphysical Bible that I showed. But yeah, atom smashing, power of mind. Highly recommend his stuff. When I say recommend, it's like I know intuitively what books are really like. Gem. I would consider this a gem, This one I did actually read, The God Man. I read most of it because it's really not. And he has other books too, like I said. I highly recommend looking that guy up, and this book in particular. Even Joe, when I described. Because look, when you're around people who. At some point, you just talk to people because they're there, even though sometimes I would know better. But I would be excited to share my knowledge, and I was sharing some stuff about that book, The God-Man Word Made Flesh, and even Joe, who strangely is not a religious person. I'll get into that. But he was like kind of you could tell when people are like, enlightened or whatever. Weird thing about Joe, side note, is for someone who's not religious at all, spirit nothing. I mean, he's just a gamer, like he's a complacent gamer, I'd say. And like I said, I'm not beating him up. I'm just saying, very different from me. He is weirdly like admiring of Enki, and it's like. But see, it annoys me because he seems to like. First of all, I don't know how Joe even got into knowing about Enki. Like, how do you even know? How do you know about that? When did you find that out? Did you hear his name on like Ancient Aliens? Is the only thing I can think of where Joe would know about Enki. And that horror movie, the owl one, the Fifth Element, where like they're all experiencing like weird alien things, and I'm Enki, I'm God. They're all. Is it the Fifth Element? Those are the only places where I think he would have heard, and I don't know, but it's like he only praises like that weird side. Like that's not how I view Enki. Like I don't know. It's just it. First of all, it weirds me out. Number one, it really does. It's strange. I'm talking like somebody who's not into it at all, and now he would sometimes use the name Enki in like his game names and stuff. Like so interesting. But yeah, it's like no, it's not how you like. I don't know. look, if it gets you into like spiritual topics, like you admiring like the dark aspects of a deity or whatever mythology, you don't have to see it as an actual spirit. I do, because I connect with them. I've never talked really about that much. I will some other time. You know, as far as like when I say the spirit of Lucifer, I'm talking like experience, you know. It's not like just from reading, guys. Anything I share with you is from my own, like I said, my work. I can get into that more. Same with Aries. I told you guys not much I'm iffy with Greek mythology. I do like it, I appreciate it, but I start to wonder about it. But Aries is a spirit I've also connected with. Like, that's, I'll get into it some other time, but very strange. Like, yeah, you're not into anything like that. The darker aspects might get you there to spiritual world or whatever. Great, but you should also be respecting both sides. It's like, again, it's like sexualizing a woman per se, you know, for she's intelligent and attractive and you're only seeing one side. And for men, what is that? Like, I don't know, what do women disregard, like, and only see, I don't know, your money or power? I don't know. I'm genuinely asking. I can relate to men, but anyway, know your Bible. I'm kind of getting off here. Oh, mead making. This is something I want to do. And the reason I wanted to get into it was for spiritual stuff, for offerings, you know. Yeah. I don't know what section this would go in. All right. Oh dear. Let's just do this. See, this is what I'm saying. Oh, books are kind of bad in this regard. So we have Mu, you know, the lost continents of Mu. That troublemaking, you know, whoa, maybe I should put a disclaimer on here, guys. Like, this video should probably come with a disclaimer, like, share, when you create yourself a secret account of, like, a secret identity and order these books through that, so people don't know that's what you're, you know, because some of these books got me in trouble. We Are the Angels. I'll keep that, because that was when I first... Oh, see, these books can be tied into other topics, but here's the library book, The Moon of the Salamanders, Guided by Instinct. Is this fiction? I'm guessing. It's Gene in the Smoke. Yeah, that sounds it. But, yeah. Like I said, everything a journey into love, 10 steps to wholeness. Okay, clearly somebody gave me that book. That'll be a maybe. I'll look at that when I'm off the thing with you guys. Now, I know I said the witchcraft thing I don't keep, but this I am keeping because it comes with another Hereditary Witchcraft, because it comes with oh, right here. Same seller I bought from, Italian Witchcraft, specifically. You know how I feel about I don't know if I've shared that either, separating inanimate objects. I don't know, I have a hard time with, so like the lady, I was only interested in the Italian thing, but she had this too, and I'm like, nah, I gotta get both. But those I am keeping. Tai Chi Classics. I think I got this at like Goodwill. I'm like, yeah, but I'll keep it. Well, no, maybe I'll put it on maybe, because there's other books that I want to get. This was given to me, essential oils. This is actually quite a pricey book, I imagine, and it is good to have. Essential oils, like I said, I'm into holistic stuff, but I'm also not one of those people that insists that it's great. You know, if I share any holistic tips with you guys or people, it's because it's tried and true to me. For instance, I was having a conversation about peppermint essential oil earlier with somebody who stomach stuff. I'm telling you, like, everybody should have in their stock, like in their medicine cabinet, you should have peppermint essential oil and coconut oil for like any stomach stuff. I'll get into that, why that is maybe, but just trust me, all right? And mullein garlic oil for like earaches, for, you know, children often get ear infections or any kind of like headache stuff. Mullein garlic oil, those two right there. Anyhow, essential oils, I'm not like, oh, only go by that. I believe in modern medicine, guys. I don't, you know, I just think it should go with holistic approaches. I mean, I feel like modern, is it Western medicine, modern medicine, it's like like in dire emergency situations, like they're so quick to like, we're so quick to remove organs and like, whatever, more Greek stuff. Where did I put, yeah, so I got study guide, you know, like that. But yeah, Aries, since we're on the topic of Aries, because I was like trying to better myself, I looked at my birth chart and I looked at my North Node, which is, you know, where you want to, oh God, forgive me. Forgive me for admitting that this is a great book, okay? Guys, I might burn this. Okay, we'll put first book in the burn pile, okay? Anyway, what was I talking about now? Fuck. What was I talking about? Oh, my North Node. I was working on bettering myself, and I looked at my North Node, which was, which is in Aries, which is the opposite of Libra, which I've mentioned is my sun and moon, and my South Node is the stuff you mastered is Libra. So the opposite Aries is where I need to go. That's why part of my life is so hard, guys. But some of these I get at like Goodwill. I'm not even, because I'm talking, I'm not even like organizing or more. Another Cathars book my mom bought. You gotta be iffy when studying the Cathars, guys, because there's a lot of, I mean, there's not much known actually about them because, you know, you know, just that is, but, yeah, so as far as Aries goes, I'm not gonna get into the whole story right now, but yeah, like that's how I learned, your North Node, I will get into the Aries story, and I'll still get into the Cathar story. I never got into how it all transpires is like really weird. More books of Moose. I think it's the same author, James Churchward. This was just a funny book, I think, at Goodwill. Same with this Egyptian. You know what's so funny about Egypt, guys? Where am I at? 12 minutes. You would think anything, you know, The Simpsons Christmas book, and I think this is like older. I found this at Goodwill, and I was like, oh shit. Because you could tell it's like, yeah, it's like an older, the year I believe I just looked was old too, but yeah, you could tell it's not like a, whatever. But as far as Egypt, I think, is this The Good and Evil? Oh, Greg gave me I think Greg gave me this book, like, to borrow, and you know, he said I could keep it. I don't know guys, I'm weird. As far as energy goes, I gotta say, it depends on my mood. There's been time, like, for real, like, you don't have to get rid of stuff because it has a person attached to it, but there were times where, that girl I've mentioned, my single white female neighbor, there was some stuff she had given me that I, like, when I finally let loose on her, and it was so great because it was so justified, I was like, no, you know. And there was another time this kid, like, weird vibes, he gave me a rock or something, like, when he came here to pick up a lizard from that girl. Long story, bad vibe person, bad, like, ending with this person. I took the rock or whatever it was something like real, like, and I slammed it into, it slammed it into the sewer here, like, and it wouldn't go, it kept hitting the bars, and then finally it started cracking, like, I want nothing to do with it. Okay, so you don't have to get rid of stuff because it has associations with people that you don't like or whatever anymore. But if you feel like you need to, you should. Like this, truly, I feel like that's having a biblical type religious book from George Budd. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I feel like I don't feel like I'm being petty. Another version of this book because I kind of got duped in the way it was sold. Here's a really interesting healing book I've never gotten into, but I believe this would be a gem, considered a gem as well. Well, everything I have is kind of a gem, but there's real gem. This I found at some weird thrift store, the vampire book. You know how I do, guys. You know. Oh, it's whatever. It's a biography. Another magic book. Don't need that. Like I said, I'm getting rid of I'll show you guys like my tarot and stuff too. I'm not getting rid of all witchy things. I'm not denouncing like. People are still, I think, confused on even what the fuck I believe, and it's like whatever. I believe what I believe. I think this was a book I found at Goodwill. Everybody on the path to enlightenment has an Eckhart Tolle book or several in their collection, don't they? It's The Strange and Infinite. Where I found this at Goodwill. So it's kind of like a library, like that kind of weird book where it's like that might come in handy actually. Another Goodwill book. Horoscopes. I just thought it was cool because like these are the kind of books I grew up with, guys. Like this image, these coloring, like this is totally 70s or like early 80s for sure vibes right here. But I like to have them. I might get them. The Book of the Goat I mentioned in my biblical video. This isn't supposed to be here. Oh, dearie. Another essential. Joe bought me this because, like I said, people, I don't know. Hey, Sarah. This is to sell, I believe. I bought this at Goodwill. That's something I saw that I'm like, oh, I can make some money on that. Or Joe got it. Here's another gem, guys, for healing. Song in the Spine. I mean, it's like straight up paper. It feels like computer paper, but Uriel. I don't know why I bought the Book of Uriel for Swilling when I first started getting into archangels. I don't know why Uriel, because it's not really an archangel that I've ever really felt connected with. It's always been Michael, Raphael. If you're talking the major like archangels, the real popular ones, but I told you Anael. Oh, that's low battery now. I tells you it's a conspiracy. I tells you we're at 17 minutes. All right. Well, all right. Okay, another Cather's book. I don't remember where I got this one from. I think I actually ordered this one. But yeah, you gotta be like, I don't know. I should get into that because it's actually pretty raising kids who turn out right, focusing on what really, I think my mom gave this to me, like as it's like an underhanded kind of thing. The Odyssey Cliff Notes, Psychic Healing and Spirit Guides and Angels. I think I actually ordered this. This is like the beginning of my spiritual journey. You know. Oh no, this isn't the book that George Budd gave me. This one is. I'm sorry. This one. The Action Bible right there. Cool concept and all that, but I'm sorry, I don't feel right. I'm telling you right now, go with whatever. If you feel that way, people, you should probably Edgar Cayce. Okay. When you talk about holistic and like natural healing, my go-to research is like I always search natural or you know, ways to help or remedies for blah 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 in Ayurveda medicine. Okay, man, that is such a complicated like science, but they're onto something there with that Ayurveda. I would love to see an Ayurvedic doctor and be like, look, just tell. You can make it as mean. You can be mean if you need to. Okay, doc, just tell me straight. And Edgar Cayce. Those are always like my first go-tos for like a natural suggestions for. It's always, like I said, Edgar Cayce or Ayurveda medicine, Ayurveda Indian medicine. Is this? What is this? Bible dictionary. Oh yeah, I keep that. I keep that. The Art of War. Gotta look cool. You know, your book's gotta look cool. You gotta look like a cool person, right? The Egyptian Book of the Dead. That I did. Yeah, I want to get into Egyptian whatever, like with you guys too, because it's so interesting as far as like, you would think that I'd be attracted to the whole Egyptian theme, but I don't know if it's like I'll discuss some other time. Oh, Chiron. Remember of Magnetic Service? I've mentioned him. He's legit. I'm telling you guys, he's legit. Here's one, Conviction, Jodi Arias, but this is from the prosecutors. I don't often buy books. This is not a typical Samantha collection book, but this I saw at Goodwill. Again, it like goes like with this kind of book, you know. I thought about giving this to Damon's cousin or half cousin girl. Her name's Layla. Layla, you're a cool girl, man. I feel bad that I want to take you with me. I want to get you out of the dark side, or get you out. I want you to come to the dark side with me. I want to take you to with me to the dark side and get you out of all this light, all this positivity you were birthed into. Because her name is Layla, and anyway, shout out to you, Layla. Kabbalah. That's another thing, guys. Yeah, like Kabbalah, Keter, and Empower. There's stuff I haven't touched on. Whatever. Yeah, I said, oh shit, we're in 20-something minutes. So everything, I'll probably get rid of this book, or I don't know. Well, actually, we're almost done here. This, I think, like I saw at Goodwill, I'm like, must grab every Bible. The Reason I Jump, a book about autism, written by someone with autism. I would keep that for sure. Haven't read it. It's, like I said, the Know Your Bill of... Oh! Alright, I'll save that for last. Or maybe I'll just make another video. This is Daily Bread. I always... No disrespect there. No disrespect, seriously. Moon Spells, which I want to talk... Alright, so we'll save those two for last. And Animal Messengers. Alright, so maybe I'll make a whole separate video about those three. But here are the books for now. This one I want to talk about as in as far as like witchy stuff goes, I don't agree with like... I'll get into the moon thing, okay? Okay, so I did get a Michael book, Archangel Michael. But my intention was to have one for every Archangel, but... Rather, I do that Pauline thing I told you guys, the Pauline Arts. You go to like this website here, or you just look up Pauline Arts Magic or Pauline Arts. If you really want to learn about archangels, that would be the place to go. Don't look up like generics. You're gonna find generic info on archangels. And this book I'll make a separate video about because that's important. Because that guy, and the Animal Messengers. And that's it, guys. All right. Later, Gators.